So, the Wolves did not complete the job. I was expecting them to beat Memphis. They looked like the better team. And honestly, I was hoping they would beat Memphis so my Warriors could beat down the Wolves in the second round, move on into the Western Conference Finals, and then face off against Phoenix. That's what my predictions were, but the Wolves would turn out to be the biggest chokers since my Warriors in 2016. But besides that, this is the matchup I, as a Warriors fan, do not like. I am a big Warriors fan. I've cheered them on for the past, 2 years now? But I am a big Warriors fan. I really love the Warriors. I really did not want to face off against Phoenix or Memphis. So I was really hoping on the underdogs to win. But the reality is we had to go through Phoenix and Memphis now. That's what we're going to talk about today. The matchup, the second round matchup that's pretty highly anticipated. It is a revenge series from last year's play-in tournament where Memphis surprised everyone and beat the Warriors, took their playoff spots at the 8th seed. Actually, going back to last year, if the Warriors had won, I was cheering on the Warriors. Draymond just missed a floater and, we lost the game, whatever. But if we had moved on, we would have beat the first seed Utah Jazz easily, 100% easily. That's what I solely believe that would have happened because, it's the Jazz. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So this is a revenge series for Golden State. If Golden State cannot make this through and beat them, it's going to look very, very bad because the Grizzlies did not look that great against Minnesota. They had multiple double digits lead built up on them so quickly. Luckily, they could come back because Minnesota gave them an in. I want to talk about the strengths and weaknesses of each team and how well they match up against one another because this is going to be one of my most look after series, probably this and Warriors versus Phoenix if that happens. If the Grizzlies and Phoenix play, I guess I'll cover that too. But this will be my first video on my channel. So if you guys can, please leave a like on this video. And let's get into it real quickly. So Golden State, they're a really three-point heavy team and ball movement team. A lot of people just say they love the three-point line. They stick with the three-point line. No, that's Utah and that's the Mavs. The Warriors actually pull up for mid-range a lot and also cutting and ball movements. That's their bread and butter. That's how they push the ball. They play really well together as a team. But they have a lot of size deficiency. I mean, it's nothing new. It's not a surprise. It's not like a whole new thing. They've always lacked size, even in the Kevin Durant days. They just had an incredible lineup that you can't really beat, even with size. But they always struggle with size, something the Memphis Grizzlies doesn't have, except Jaren Jackson Jr., but they do match up well against them because they're a very guard-heavy team besides Jaren. And they also have Steven Adams, so they actually have a lot more size. And if you see in the regular season matchups, they do give up a lot of offensive rebounds, which the Memphis Grizzlies is the #1 team in that. And also, they're really good in defense. I think the Grizzlies held like #1 spot in defense for a couple weeks without Ja. They force a lot of turnovers. I saw that stat on Twitter as well. So it's going to be very difficult for the Warriors to operate. The Wolves, in my opinion, match the better to the Grizzlies because they have a great center in Karl-Anthony Towns, even though he didn't show up that much. But this is why they could build up leads so easily. But this is not to say that the Warriors are not going to match up too well against them. I think the Warriors are a better shooting team, obviously, and Ja's not playing that great. I'm also iffy on Steph Curry's shot because it hasn't been that great throughout the year, but I think he's getting back into rhythm. He's shot over 40% in the first round, and as well, Klay Thompson looks great. Jordan Poole looks great for most of the games. He kind of fell off in the last 2 games, but that's okay. He'll get back his form in the second round. We just really need those 3 to activate. We need Wiggins to hold down defensively and Draymond to hold down defensively, and Wiggins also need to hit big shots. So does the rest of the team. It's a whole team effort. Now on to the Memphis Grizzlies. They are a pretty decently sized team. They match up really well against the Warriors. That's why I don't like them facing off against the Warriors because they have size and they have really good guard defense. Except Ja. He gets really crazy blocks, but he's not that crazy in defense. He gets pushed around by Pat Bev. So they're a great 3-point shooting team. Desmond Bane has shown up. Dylan Brooks has shown up. Ja Morant makes the best plays. Ja makes the right play. You see superstars always force up shots, gives up the spotlight, he gives it to Bane, he makes it. And when it's crunch time, I actually fear the Grizzlies because somehow always they just make it work. I remember this one game where the Jazz and the Grizzlies played. It was near the end of the season. Without Ja on the court, obviously they were down 10 in the last minute or so, and then somehow Jaren Jackson Jr. hit like 3 threes in a row, and then they got it to overtime. They still lost in overtime, but that was crazy to me that somehow they turned a gear and they were able to clutch up. That's also very similar to what happened in the play-in tournament last year against the Warriors, where the Warriors were up significantly. They looked like they were going to win, and then Grizzlies just went on a run, kept getting to the line, kept getting points up, and somehow we went into overtime and we lost. So unfortunately, that was that. But their weaknesses is also their leader in Ja Morant. He's very new. He's like 3rd or 4th year or something like that. I think it's his 3rd year in the league. And he isn't playing that great in the playoffs right now. He's shooting the ball poorly. He makes clutch shots. I would say that. He made that crazy layup that I was watching. I was like, oh my God, I have money on this one. But he made that crazy layup. He made that clutch 3 on Minnesota's face in Game 5. He's very clutch and he gets to the line very easily. Ja has to step up. If Ja averaged 30 and everyone else is playing to their standards and Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't foul out, the Grizzlies can easily sneak in a win in like 5 or 6 games, maybe in 7 games. I could see them realistically beating the Warriors. I'm not blinded by that. I'm not a Warriors fan that's blinded by the possibility of them winning or not. Again, right, I don't want them to win. 80% of me believes that they can't beat a Warriors team healthy, but the 20% think they match up pretty well. It's going to look ugly. I don't think we're going to sweep them. I don't think the Warriors are going to sweep them in 4 games, maybe 5 if everything goes well and Ja is playing horribly. But if Ja's playing good, everyone's playing good, Jaren Jackson doesn't foul out, he's a great rim protector, I'm going to give it to my Warriors. I'm going to say they have the championship pedigree, they have the experience. Ja's just not going to play too well in the second round. He's not really playing too well in playoffs. He came back from an injury. I know Curry came back from an injury too, but Curry's an all-time great. Ja's like a year 3. You know, Ja's year 3 in the league. So I'll give it to the Warriors in 6. I think 6 is always like the safe option. I want to go safe and say Warriors will win. Warriors in 6, most definitely around there. I'll give it to them. Memphis might take 2 games, maybe take 3. But I think the Warriors would take this series, take their revenge on the Memphis Grizzlies. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm sorry, this is my first video, so I'm just speaking a little bit faster than I would normally. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please leave a like on this video. And anyways, my name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day, and I'm out. Peace.